Hello everyone, welcome back. We're getting on in episodes now. This is like episodes...
More than one.
This is probably going to be like 6 now.
No. Is it?
Well, we published episode 4. This is going to be number 7, actually.
Is it?
Yeah, if I find the one of me and Dad, I don't know where I put the file, to be honest. But
oh, there we are.
But it's going to be at least 6, potentially up to 7. So, for today's topic... what I wanted to ask you is to stop being such a twat.
Yeah.
No, is to about sort of being a trainer and a personal trainer and a coach yourself while still keeping up with your own training and diet so much. Because you're not a coach who's prepping, but you're not a coach who's let themselves go.
Yes, okay.
Or it's just completely stopped training. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, how do you find it? Do you find it enhances your own training? Do you find it hinders your training? Do you find it helps you, maybe learn a few more things working with people? How do you find it?
Good question.
I know.
Let me just ponder that one. No, lots of questions in there, but I suppose really a lot of it is not just self-discipline. But I mean, the thing is I'm sure some people know, karate was the sport that we came from, and there was always that element of improvement. You've always got to improve. And I mean, the thing is, I still like that feeling. I still like that, the drive to try and improve myself. But also then I think as well, I would never ever expect anybody to do anything I won't do myself.
Yeah.
Right? So I mean, even if then I've tried out on a training session, and I know the pitfalls and where, and again, I'll always use myself as a gauge, especially for some of the young up and comings that have still got that real drive, that excitement about training. Well, I mean, I know I've got to push myself further than them because that's what we do. But then, if I'm not willing to do the crazy ass shit that I get other people to do, I just truly believe that I don't have the right to expect them to do it. So I'll never get anybody to do anything I won't do myself, and I'll try my utmost to go that little bit further. But also, I think I do, and again, it's coming back from years and years ago. I really do think that if you're working with somebody, it's ideally that they actually look the part, as well as just your education and everything else.
Yeah.
Because I mean, again, say then they'll have a little bit more faith in you and a little bit more trust in you that you can clearly, practice what you preach.
Yeah. Do you think it's like an empathy factor as well? Because in the sessions or even in the diet or anything, you can sort of say, well, no, like, I understand this feeling, and you can sort of explain it to people a little bit better.
100%, because I mean, the thing is, when I work with clients, I mean, I don't, and I never have done, and I'm not going to do it now, I don't do my way or the highway. I don't do that. And I don't do what works for me will work for you, because it never ever does. I mean, the thing is, my workload is ridiculous, but that's my choice. But of course, the thing is then, I'm not the only one. It is hard to make sure I get my training. It is hard to stick to the eating plan, but that's my choice. But it's hard for everybody. And I get that. So I never ever expect, if for whatever reason a female client has got 2 little ones, is working full time, trying to get a training, my expectation is you've got to do it regardless.
Yeah.
Well, life gets in the way. This is something a lot of people are doing it literally as a hobby, but they're also doing it as enjoyment, and competing or not competing, being part of the gym should be enjoyable. They don't get me wrong, there's days that, you think, truly, what the fuck am I doing this for? I'm on my arse, but that's life.
Yeah, that's anything though. I think even work that you love is still work. It's just a little bit easier to actually, maybe stick through the hard times. And I think it's as long as
But it's certainly easy if you enjoy it.
Yeah, no, but that's the thing. If you find work that you love and you're doing something you really enjoy, it's not that it doesn't get shit or hard or anything. It's just, it's fun in the long term, but there's still going to be those micro...
I mean, the thing is, tomorrow, for instance, my first client is 5:30 in the morning, and the last one's at 9 o'clock at night. But
you opening tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh.
But it is literally back to back. Yeah, hour after hour.
Detour for the staff meeting.
Yeah.
No, but I suppose, that's the thing. It's like, you
but
know,
again, I'm not complaining.
yeah, 100%,
because his work is hard. It's hard for everybody.
Yeah, but and I suppose anytime, like I've had it. I was saying yesterday, I was like, I'm fucking probably for the first time this year felt like backlogged and like buried behind on work. But it's like at the start of the year, I was thinking I'm just a bit busier, so it's like you can't complain too much.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and it's
exactly
like,
right.
you know, you have to just sort of
not just roll with the blows. But,
yeah. Well, no, because you're still doing something you enjoy, and it's like that thing of, you know, it's good to have that sort of pressure and busyness and everything. Do you know what I mean? It's,
you know, and I mean the thing is, for me, I do actually work better with less sleep. I mean, I'm not saying everybody should just, you know, go for it.
Yeah.
But my food is only what I need.
Yeah.
No more. If I don't need it, I don't take it in.
Yeah.
My workload is ridiculous. My food is enough to allow me to do the work that I do, and the hours that I work, but also train as hard as I possibly can.
I'm sorry. This is just this is like off topic, but on what you just said, because like I find in myself, I've always been almost like one way or the other. So it's like in my week, I have like 2 days off, and I very rarely do anything on those days. Whereas the other 5 days, it's like I'm 100% on.
Yeah.
You know, so it's, you know, there'll be 4 hours of sleep, and it's all training, all work, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know, whereas, and then on my off days, there's no work, and I get probably more than the appropriate amount of sleep. It's like that sort of balance. Do you find that you're like that as well?
Me personally, no, I'm terrible, because the thing is, on my days off, and my days off are actually doing at this moment now, before obviously we're really getting into show season and what have you. I mean, obviously then any days off are going to be taken up with that, which, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I suppose.
But for me then, on my days off, I get up earlier than I would
True.
on my work days, because then it's doing stuff that I want to do. You know, and of course the thing is, I'm not saying I don't want to do my work, but I get excited by doing it.
No, but I think what is good about that is, I think having those days is, some days you'll probably wake up excited to be at your own house and do ironing, but then after a couple of those days you're excited to be back.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Do you know what I mean? I think I'm the same. It's like sometimes I'm just like, I just want a fucking day where I don't look at a fucking laptop or a camera or whatever. But then a couple of those days I'm like raring to go again. And I think that helps. And
as you say, the thing is, and I am really busy on the days that I'm off. But it's different busy. So it's like recharging the batteries and everything.
Yeah. And
defrosting.
Change
really.
is as good as a rest.
A change is as good as a rest. Absolutely right.
Exactly. But yeah, I think that does help, because if you're doing the same thing at a really high work rate, then you will grow tired of it or become sick of it or something. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, play your favorite song. Yeah. But that's the only song you can ever listen to. You'll quickly fucking hate it.
And of course, the thing is as well, then having so much, not so much away time, but I should say shows. Different gyms, working with different people, different scenery, and things like that. And as you say, it's always lovely. Yeah,
I think sometimes like you say, it's not so much you necessarily prefer the different environment, but it's just, it almost like re-energizes you when you come back in a certain way, you know.
And of course, at one point you said earlier about what you get from working with so many different abilities, variety of clients, whatever their goals are. But of course, the thing is then, as you say, it's as much physical work that I do, as in, you know, because you know what I'm like, I'll plate everything up, unload everything, pass dumbbells. So I mean, working wise, even through my day, regardless of training, I move tons and tons of weights on a daily basis. 100%. But of course, the thing is then, it's as much mental work when you have such a varied client base.
100%.
And I get probably a bit more then from that, you know.
So this is not off topic, but off topic, so, kind of, again. But do you think then that working with so many people has almost given you almost insight to so many different approaches, because as much as you can experiment in yourself, you'll still
Yeah.
only come across a certain amount of issues
Yeah.
or barriers to work around. Whereas with, say you have X amount of fucking clients, it's like, well, that person can only do this, or this person
Yeah.
has one
And
arm, and
that's
this person
100%, and that's where it comes to more than anything, is listening to your clients.
Yeah.
You've got to listen to them. Because, of course, the thing is, if you don't, it's all well and good, well, I expect, well, if you physically can't perform that exercise for whatever reason,
Yeah.
well, it's up to me to make a change. But, of course, 100%, and using, and I mean, probably some people do know, and maybe some don't, but I used to coach the paraplegic powerlifters.
Yeah.
Right up to Olympic gold medals. So I mean, my Paralympic gold medals.
World records.
Yes, and still holding world records.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah,
me,
yeah.
and that was like...
Oh, it was a good few years ago.
Athens?
Yeah, it was after that. Yeah,
Was it?
Yeah. But anyway.
Anyway.
But of course, is being able to nurture
Yeah.
people that are not as fortunate
Mhm.
as myself.
Yeah.
There's people that are far fortunate than myself.
Yeah.
But their needs are as great as the people who aren't.
Mhm.
And as you say, you must be able to adapt to your individual client.
Yeah.
Because they are all shapes and sizes, tall, small, short, whatever. But you've got to be able to accommodate them to get the best out
Yeah.
of their workout.
Do you think like mindset is another thing?
Everything.
Because obviously, as well, like, you know how to tap into your own mindset. And even though, like, so you might have just grown accustomed to your own mindset where it's like, well, I do this.
Yeah.
Or this gets me amped up, or like whatever. Whereas to actually get someone who has no idea of how to motivate themselves, or they don't know their own fucking buzzwords or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No, 100%. And of course, the thing is, if you notice, and I'm sure a lot of people will, that I talk quite a lot, which is if you didn't know, but talk quite a lot through your session. And
Lisa Gelsey talks.
too much. But of course, the thing is that is I'm talking about more than anything. Is yes, I'm going to understand the movement, but is to understand the mindset of the movement, and when you should be fractious, when you should be relaxed in the movement.
100%,
because
yeah.
at certain points through your set, your mindset should change.
Mm-hmm.
And funny enough, I mean, I was with a client this morning, and I was saying, and she was getting a little bit fractious when really, really didn't need to.
Yeah.
And at those points, is trying to be as calm as you possibly can, because when you put all this energy into your face and into your head, fighting the movement, well, that's energy you're taking away from the movement itself.
Yes. Yeah.
So if you say shouting and screaming,
Yeah.
if it's involuntary, okay. But if it's part of a set, slap yourself about a bit.
Yeah.
Have a good think about what you're doing and get back on and use the equipment properly.
So,
but
go on.
mindset, as I said, and this is what I always say, is 70-30. 30% is physical ability. Two arms, two legs, heads, we got all that tick. 70% is what's going in the head.
Yeah.
If you ever go into an exercise or to a set and think, I'll give it my best shot, don't bother.
Yeah, it's like you're doing this.
You've got to do it.
Yeah.
You've got to do it. You walk into it with 100%. Everything. So that 70% is completely switched on and knows exactly what it's going to do.
Yeah.
And I mean, the thing is, obviously, over the years, myself and Dad have, trained together forever. And the amount of times he'll say, well, how much weight do you want? And I'll say, well, I don't know. And he'll go, well, how much? I said, I don't know, surprise me.
Yeah.
And he'll put it on there, and I always go, well, I won't know if I'll try.
Yeah.
If I don't try, I won't know.
I suppose as well, like, it takes a good, like, relationship with your training partner to be able to do that, because I imagine... We were sort of saying this, me and Dad, yesterday, about how if some people set you a target, it's very motivating, whereas if some people set you a target, you're almost like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Because if you just said to someone, pick my weight, it wouldn't be the same as if Dad picked your weight.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
No,
you need the right...
Yeah, because of course the thing is, though, as well, that's time. Because obviously we work together for so long.
Yeah, 100%.
It's knowing your training partner or your coach.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, there's times where I say to people, and they go, oh, I can't do that. 100%
sure?
no, you can.
Yeah.
100% no, you can.
Yeah.
And I'll allow them to go all their way, and then when they start to fatigue, then I'll put a number on them to finish. because then they will probably do 2 more, but I want 20 more.
Yeah.
And they will do that 20 more. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but again, that's building up the relationship and understanding of not only of your own ability, but also the ability of your clients and having the confidence in your clients, but also then your clients having confidence in you, that if anything should start to fail, you're there with them 100%.
There's something else I was gonna ask you, and I'm just completely gone blank now. It was a good question as well.
Oh. Was there anything I'd said?
Was there something I said?
Was there something I said?
No,
Tempo.
Yes, that's what it was. Okay, so obviously in the gym, I know like sometimes you said it's about being relaxed, or sometimes it's said about, actually putting the effort in and being very like given that big exertion. But it's still like, I think of it as like proactive effort. You have to think, I'm doing this.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas with like say a diet, I find a lot of it is like passive effort, where you have to put the effort to not do something, which is very odd. You have to just sort of put the effort into wait until your next meal, or not overeat late at night. Do you get what I mean? So how do you find coaching in the gym versus coaching someone like the consistency and the discipline to stick to a diet?
Well, if out of the choice of two, coaching in the gym is the easiest.
Yeah, 100%, because obviously you're there, and it's
100%,
very
100%.
It's like acute, isn't it? Whereas
and of course the thing is, as you say, having that rapport and that understanding of their ability. But again, the thing is that we do with a lot of my clients, I'll talk actually through the session and ask how they're going and things and what have you. But again, they're always more than welcome to ask any question anytime. But with that, again, it's more about them understanding that the fuel they eat will affect the results they want. And again, I never ever put people on diets. It's always eating plans. They're never on a diet. Because straight away then they feel as if they're being, within the word diet, they feel they're being, deprived of something.
Yeah, it's like an odd psychology thing, whereas the food isn't any different, but it's called a diet versus called an eating plan. Yeah.
Exactly. And it could be even something as simple as they are on the same foods that they were on before, but they just switch around to different times of the day. That can make a big difference. But of course, depending on where they are in their journey, whether it is to the stage or it is to just self-improvement or anything, is they have to work hand in glove. And as I always say to anybody, first thing I'll do is ask them what car they drive. Right, so if they say what car they drive, and I'll ask, is it unleaded or is it diesel?
Yeah.
Oh, it's unleaded. Well, do me a favour, go to the petrol station now, put 30 quid's worth of diesel in and see what the performance of the car is.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
I got you.
Yeah. And as I said, but also that's one thing I never do, and I'm sure I've mentioned this before. I never ever chastise people for eating something that's not on plan.
Yeah.
And I mean the thing is, if it becomes a regular thing, well then obviously it's time for both of us to sit down and come up with a new eating way. Yeah. Because obviously then they're finding it hard to stick to, or they're feeling that they're missing something out. And as I said, I don't do my way or the highway. Anything on an eating plan can be changed. Yeah. Anything, right? You can change it to anything to make it. And again, as I said, it's not supposed to be easy. Yeah. It isn't, but it's about getting the discipline and also committing to what they want to do.
Yeah, I think because that's the thing. There's always going to be some sort of obstacle as such that you need to overcome in terms of, say, is it easy versus is it not easy? Do you know what I mean? Because it's like you say, it's not easy, but there's ways to make it sustainable and
100%. And obviously, the best eating plan, regardless of what it is the one you stick to.
Yeah. 100%.
And that's the thing. Yeah. So many people go, "Oh, this one doesn't work. That one doesn't work." Well, hang on. You've given it less than a week. Bless you.
Sorry.
And you've made a pit stop into the petrol station and picked up 3 bars of chocolate.
Yeah, and maybe there's something in the plan that you could change to fix it, and then sometimes there is just, look, stop doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. And as we said, the thing is, if for whatever reason on a Wednesday evening you've had something that maybe you shouldn't have, we'll utilise it tomorrow.
Yeah. But I feel like that's the thing, like we said the other day, if it's sustained fuck-ups, well then, is there something in the plan, or is there
Yeah.
just something with the mentality that you can fix? You
One
go
hundred
to
percent. You know what I mean? The thing is, there's times where people have committed to prep,
yeah,
failed through whatever reason, through their eating and everything else, and of course the first thing they do is they attack the eating.
yeah,
Oh, you know, I need this, I need that. Well, actually, you just need more rest.
yeah.
Yeah,
There
and
is
then perhaps
that.
actually you need to sort out your work-life balance,
Yes.
the children. Well, all those things come into play.
Yeah.
Well, if they are in play, but you can't change those, perhaps now is not the right time for you to do prep.
Yeah.
Which is all cool.
Yeah. 100%.
When everything falls into place,
then.
everything is so much easier.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
I-
because there is a limit to what you can do as a person. You know, and don't get me wrong, I do think it's probably higher than what most people think. Like me and Dad said yesterday, it's like when people think they've hit failure, there's normally 4 or 5 left. It's like when you think you've hit your limit, probably to a lot of people will know you can actually, there's another
yeah, of course it is.
level above where you
And-
are, and there's another one above that. But at the same time, it is smart to know, right, this is, you know, this is the right time to do something versus this is not the right time to do
Yeah,
something.
and
you know?
and 100%, and it takes somebody stronger to say, actually, now's not the right time.
Yeah.
Than it is to keep banging your head against the wall and not get the results you want anyway.
Yeah, 100%.
You know,
Yeah.
and that's cool as well. But I mean, obviously for me, as I said, my food is very, very rigid, is boring, but it suits me
Yes.
and my lifestyle and what I work. I'll never go on the stage again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm quite happy to sit on this side of the stage, which I've been doing for years and years and years.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't mean to say I can't look like I could get on the stage. All right,
Yeah.
not tomorrow, but I can
Yeah.
still do it in a relatively short amount of time if I choose to. But that's just me. You know, it doesn't have to be like that for everybody else. You know, I mean, I totally support what everybody does, whether they're on prep, off prep,
Yeah.
whether if they want to stay lean, if they don't want to stay
Yeah.
lean, if
Yeah,
they want to push the boundaries, if they don't.
Yeah, I think as long
I
as you're
respect
not,
my clients all the way.
yeah, and I think as long as they're not putting themselves in danger,
Absolutely
there is a
right.
thing of, well, it's like, not that people say the customer is always right, but it's kind of they have a goal and you need to work towards that goal together. You know, you
Yeah.
can't just say, oh, I want to do this. It's like, well, I think
You've-
I want to make you into a fucking bodybuilder. And it's like, I don't want to be a bodybuilder. It's like, well, you want to be, you know, that's
Yeah,
stupid.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You know, and as we said, that's what you've got to do. You
Yeah.
work together and you
Yeah.
get the results
And
that both
it
of you
is
want.
it is that balance. I mean, sometimes a client will come to you and be like, oh, I think I should do this. And you're like, no, that's stupid. You'll get to your goals better doing this way. But it's still got to be like their goals that you
Of
agree
course.
on.
And the
you
thing
know?
is, this is what I've said, where you have such a varied client base, whereas you presume the
Sorry.
bigger client wants to get smaller.
Yeah.
But no, they don't want to get smaller, they just want to get fitter.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you presume the smallest client wants to get bigger. No, they don't want to get any bigger, they want to lose a little bit more. But that's not my place
Yeah.
to assume, well, actually, that's what
Yeah.
she wants, this
Yeah.
is what
And,
he
and
wants.
as long as it's safe and
Yeah.
like not dangerous, then yeah.
Yeah, and then of
Knock-
course the
knock
thing is
yourself out.
then, the way you work it, and then they start to see the results of their eating plans and their training plans and everything else, and then lo and behold, they like, the
Yes.
smaller girl likes to be that little bit bigger.
Yeah.
The bigger guy likes to be that little bit smaller,
Mhm.
you know, and as you say, it's, you know, and again, it's, the most important thing is getting them into the regime, get them into the habit of eating regularly.
Yeah. Do you find any sort of trend with clients in terms of, you know,
I would say at the moment, there's certainly more women, the other side of 35, that are getting into weight bearing exercise now, more
Yeah.
so than ever.
mm-hmm.
You know, because obviously, it's far more, not acceptable, but the younger generation they're getting it early. But of course
Yeah.
now we're actually knocking on the door of certainly women that have now had children and getting into
Yes.
weight bearing
Yeah, yeah.
exercise.
Well,
I
I think it's
the
that
highest
that
point.
thing, isn't it? It's becoming more inclusive because people realize, you know,
The benefits.
I suppose especially with like, I'd class this as like athletic endeavor type of thing.
Mm.
It's always had the reputation of it's a young person's game.
Yeah.
You know, it's the thing of, well, in sport, if you're in your 30s, you're
out.
ancient. Do you know what I mean? Whereas, well, now people are actually realizing, and even seeing examples in, physique, fitness spaces, or even sport, where older people, or people, like, say, the other side of 35, or even older and older again,
Which is really, at the other side of 35, is not old at all.
Yeah, you're still, like...
But, of course, the thing is, especially for women, we're almost losing women from sport between that 25 to 35 when they're having children. But, of course, the thing is, or not, but now, once you get that other side... that weight bearing has such a
it's such a health
positive
a positive impact on health 100%. And also I suppose that say if someone goes away, has kids, blah blah blah, but then they realize, oh shit, I'm 36, I'm probably going to live at least another 40 years, right? Maybe get my shit together because I'm not even halfway yet,
Exactly. And unfortunately I do think too many people, once they become committed to a relationship or a family, it's almost as if they think that they're done now. But of course now it's totally different, and women again, they've still got, as you say, another 40 years of making
everyone has, do you know what I mean? It's not
no, it's not being sexist at all, but we've noticed, certainly in this last 5 years, that is the older women that are having the greatest uptake on weight bearing exercise. But that's what I would say at the moment, especially when I think of when I first started using weight bearing exercise. There was 2 women in the gym, that was it, and I was one of them. But now it's definitely the greatest uptake of bracket. The female over 35. Men, to a certain extent, have always had that opportunity to nip to the gym while, and I'm not being sexist at all.
No, but it's just...
But while mum was looking after or doing...
I guess, like, gender stereotypes and gender roles of the past have just dictated that, you know? And it's now coming to the point where it is becoming more... It's
certainly more equal.
Acceptable. And no, it's not a sexist thing. It's just, well, this is how it was, and now it's changing, which is a good thing.
As you say, to a certain extent, that was the expectation. That when you had married and children, that was it. You were done. Home is where you belong. But all of us realise that that's not the case. For male or female. That you are allowed to find something that actually makes you feel better. Because, of course, the thing is, the better you feel and the better you are, the better the outlook on life is.
100%. I think that's the thing. It's sometimes it's taking the time to... I think there's like a term, it's like sharpening the saw. It's like, it's not necessarily working directly towards an outcome, but it's going away, sharpening your tools, and then it helps you with the outcome. And that's the thing. It's like taking that time away from whatever, even the hour from family, blah blah blah, actually makes you better whilst you're there.
Well, exactly. And the thing is, as you say, as I said, tomorrow is another long day. It is a chock-a-block day.
It's 24 hours, isn't it?
No, it's 26 in my 26 hours in my day, and 8 days in my week.
26/8.
Did I not tell you about that one? The 8th day.
What is it called?
The 8th day.
Yeah, but what is it called?
I had it for Christmas year before last, but I didn't tell anybody in case they bought into it. That's the day I just
Did you give it away the very next day?
No, I kept it forever.
Bullshit.
I got to tell myself I'm looking forward to it. But I will 100% get 2 sessions in tomorrow. That's my time. That is my time. But of course, as I said, if I don't do that, the enormity of another big day will just get to the point that it's not fun. But as you say, it's going away from that scenario for a moment. I train, sharpen my tools, get myself recharged again to be able to come back.
That's the thing. If you did 12 clients, by client number 12, you'd be like, fuck you, I do not care. Whereas if you do 3 clients, train, do fucking 4 clients, train. You know, it's not so bad
Yeah,
then. It's like manageable bites.
Exactly. I mean, the thing is, no matter what job you're in,
Yeah.
you can have a coffee break.
Yeah, 100%.
So that is my coffee break.
Mhm.
You know, and of course the thing is, then as you say, food is something I'll just whip in quick on the go.
Yeah.
But that's okay. But having that little 45 minutes just to spend on me, recharge, not think about anybody else for a moment, and that is it in a nutshell. So it will be a long day, and I think as I said, first one's crack of the sparrow's fart, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know I'll have my little 45ers, recharge, rethink, back in there, fresh with somebody else.
100%.
And having that ability to do that for everybody. You have your working day, get in, have a training session.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not in the middle of the day, but sometime through the day. It will not just, it clears the smog from the day.
Yeah.
It freshens your whole
yeah,
mindset
100%.
out.
And I think that is the thing. You can be a bit like stressed out or whatever, and then it's like, well, you have that like physical release, you mental clarity, and then you're much better then throughout the day. And even if, like you say, it takes, you know, rather than going straight home, you stop at the gym on the way back, then when you actually do get home, you'll be a better person at home. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that is 100%. And as you say, the thing is, then you can leave some of the strains of the day in the gym.
Yeah.
So as you say, you go home, and all of a sudden the eating plan is not so bad.
Yeah.
The kids running around screaming, having fun. It's cool.
Yeah.
You know, the everyday worries that you usually have when you go home are actually less than they usually are.
Yeah.
But it will just completely and utterly, as you say, refocus, re-energize you, and everything else. But as far as myself as a PT, would I ever slow up? It'd have to take some shit for me to slow up on this. You know, and training-wise and everything else. Because I've done it for so long. I mean, I was 4 when we were doing karate 4 times a week.
Yeah.
So as far as that's concerned, I've never not trained at that forever.
Mm-hmm.
And people say to me, "Oh, well, you train all that," and I say, "What, you don't?"
Yeah, that's the thing.
You know,
I think it's just
normal, isn't it?
It's like brushing your teeth.
Exactly,
you know,
that.
It's just a part of it. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and of course the thing is, with any eating plan, I eat like I eat because it's a habit. That's what I do.
Yeah, well that's the thing.
So now it's not so hardship.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing, because you know, you see it before, and it's like a first year of motivation, but then that's fleeting, you know, and then, you know, motivation should be used to work towards getting discipline. But then you only need discipline up until the point where the habits are formed.
Yeah.
And then once the habits are formed, it's not even discipline anymore. It's just, I do this because I do it. You know?
And I never, ever find it hard to say no thank you.
Yeah.
Ever.
True.
How many people come up and go, "Go on, just one. No thank you." Yeah, but it won't hurt you. Well, I know it won't hurt me, but I just don't want it, thanks.
Depends what they're offering. Diet
Turkey?
Coke.
Oh, Diet Coke.
Diet Coke's pretty good, isn't it?
Well, to be fair, mate, I'm still not a regular on the Diet Coke front.
Yeah, but it's still something, isn't it? You know, it's not giving up cold turkey.
Yeah, but again...
And I know you'll never give up cold turkey. Wait.
not less than 3 times a day. Not less than 3 times a day. But as I said, I never feel as if I'm missing out on anything. So it's okay.
Yeah. Cool. Well, you it's the thing of, you might be missing out on short-term, I don't even know what you'd call it, but like that instant gratification for like long-term satisfaction.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what you're swapping. So it's not a bad trade. You're missing out on something. You are sacrificing, missing whatever you want, wherever the correct term is. But you're giving up one thing in place of another thing.
Yeah, totally. But as I said, I don't see it as a sacrifice.
Yeah, it's just a trade.
I'm just making a choice.
Yeah. And
my choice is, as you say, my long term is by far more satisfying than that short term little spike.
Yeah, 100%. It's not, you know, you're not taking a spike which would be replaced by a fucking low for just something that's a lot more constant.
Exactly. So then I never feel as if I'm missing out on anything.
Cool.
Good job.
Stop talking shit.
Well, I'm surrounded by you pair. Fuck me, I haven't got a lot of choice.
Spouting lies.
Spouting lies.
Right. Thank you.
Oh, apparently that's not the done thing now,
Yeah,
is
you
it? Okay,
Cool.
well done.